Well, investors at the Nigerian equities markets closed weekend with a net loss of 901.98 billion naira, as increased sell-offs forced most stocks to close at lower prices in 4 days of trading. Benchmark indices for Nigerian equities closed weekend with average decline of 3.41%, equivalent to net capital depreciation of 901.98 billion naira. The bearish and depressed, that's the bearishness depressed the average year-to-date return to 10.85%. The all-share index ASI, the value-based common index that tracks all share prices at the Nigerian exchange, dropped from its week's opening index of 49,024.16 points to close weekend at 47,351.43 points. Aggregate market value of all quoted equities also declined from its opening value of 26.451 trillion naira to close lower at 25.791 trillion naira. The decline in market capitalization was moderated by the listing of the 250 billion naira Geregu power during the week. All sectoral indices closed in the red, with the influential banking sector index leading with a drop of 3.37%. Others include the NGX Insurance Index, which dropped by 1.16%. The NGX Oil and Gas Index dipped by 1.02%. The NGX Consumer Goods Index slipped by 0.56%, among others. There were 11 gainers to 46 losers last week, as against 25 gainers and 33 losers recorded in the previous week. Well, joining us to make sense of this is Ambrose Omodio, the Chief Research Officer, CRO of Investigator Consulting Limited. He's right here with us in the studio. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
All right. First, I'd like to start with the index. What happened to all the index?
This is a sign that market is really bearish. And when you see all the sectors, suffering a losses, tell you that something is wrong with the market. And we're not surprised in an environment where we're seeing a rising interest rate and inflation on the rise. Also we're seeing that the economy is still not just recovering fast as expected. Just also on a fragile growth in terms of economic recovery. Investors are really trying to sit at the fence and watch what is happening. Why some are also being what we call a portfolio rotation and shuffling, just to position that they are in the right sector or company. Because no matter how bad any market look, there's always a sector and investor that will still give you money. Like you just said, Geregu, it's also a company that just listed on the exchange. So another way of people can also say, let me sell off this one to take advantage in that new listed stock. Depends on your investment objective. We are not surprised that the market is in this direction. But the good thing is that now we're already closer to what the corporate earnings hitting the market at this season. That means investors' eyes are now on that earnings season, coupled with
Well, what difference do you think the earnings will make?
Actually, anywhere in the world, when it comes to third quarter numbers, it gives an investor an insight what's likely to happen at the end of the full year, because we have seen the company Q1, Q2. Seeing that Q3, you can make easy projection what will likely to happen in that company. Now that we are seeing that inflation has gone up to almost 20.52% up. Yes, if we're having a dividend yield that is below inflation, what we're going to do, or company any seed is below the 25%, then we'll have which company will I enter that will give me higher than what inflation is doing. Now, also seeing the sector where they're operating, is the cost of operating in that sector, is it as huge that further deprive, they kind of depress their full year for at the end of the year? Because we have seen first quarter, second quarter, third quarter. Once you can conclude that, how the full year will look like, that will now encourage investors to know where to put their money. That's why the number that is coming is very, very important. That's why you can see even the PFAs, the professional investors, institutional investors are waiting to see that number, but that will also inform where they should put their money. The move before now, because of the new yield in the market, because of increase in NPR, most of the funds are flowing to the fixed income space. But once you see the Q3 number, you might see a rotation too, because that will tell you the time value for money is very short. Because if I'm going to make like a 17%, 16% dividend yield in the stock market in less than 6 months, and I'm going to wait for a year to make a 13.4 or 14% in a whole year, I can make it 18%, 19% in less than 6 months in stock. They might look that way, take that yield again and come. But that's why fund will look for where there's opportunity, continue to flow. That's why whenever you see any hike in rate, try to want to move fund. Also, the hike in rate also the cost of fund will come with it. That's why I say even increase rate not only to affect only the company, the economy generally. That means the cost of production will increase. how earnings are going to expect at the end of the year. We have seen the third quarter, will they sustain that trend? Because now the cost of the activities has also increased.
You know, there are those who are saying that, yes, we have the monetary authority always responding appropriately, but what about the fiscal authority? If the fiscal authority were to respond, would this same cycle be seen in the market?
Actually, I think I said in one of these programs, this platform too, that any pre-election year, most of the time the government will always just feel like, oh, let's watch and see. And that's why the CBN or the NPR try to monitor or manage the economy at that particular time. But one, they are interested in who is next to come in as, the president, the cabinet, all those stuff. But I believe that without economy, there's no government. That's why I think they should change it. That it's only pre-election. You see that all the interested are free and fair election, security, they are good. I agree with you, but other things needed to work. Now that we're seeing this kind of rate hike in Nigeria, we know that it's global thing. It's not only Nigeria, but there are some climate as we speak today. They are not increasing their rates. They are even doing intervention. Your environment to tell you what is happening in your environment, what you need. If you are increasing rates to attract a foreign investor at this point, no foreign investor is going to go from Nigeria as we speak now, because what rate, insecurity is high, and this pre-election year. Unless after the election, they see, oh, if the war, the global economy, see who they are related, that this person has the credibility they need that will drive the economy, they will come back on their own. But if you are using rates to woo them, they are not coming now. Because that's the sense of, if you are using rates within now, while election is close by, they are not coming because they know that there are some electoral uncertainties that come with election. For that, they need to keep their money. That means you need to let the economy be booming first. Because if you are allowing the door to attract foreign, and they are not coming. They are not coming. I'll tell you that they won't come now. Because anybody that wants to put money, where am I putting money? Is it safe?
All right.
Also, as we talk now, our foreign exchange market is also shaking. You can see today, dollars are almost about 700 and something. Then if I'm coming to invest in Nigeria, I'm not sure that if I'm coming with now 700 naira to come and invest today, when I'm living as a foreign investor, will it still be at 1,200? Even when I've stayed here, it's useless for me.
All right.
Because the price I enter is lower than what I'm going to get. You can see that's why they want to make, if you want to attract foreign investors, first of all, work on your foreign exchange. Because that's the first they want to look at. Because if I'm coming in, what am I going out with? Okay,
let's leave it there. So very quickly, you mentioned Gary Good the other time. Yeah. Talk to us about it. Had 2 days of gain and that was it. Is the honeymoon over?
It's possible that the honeymoon is over because you have to kind of assess where you're putting money. Fine, it's good that they are on the exchange. That is the first thing that I will appreciate them for. But now investors will look at, is it the right price to buy? Because actually, if you are not on the exchange, you don't know the price. Because you are told us this is your price now. It's not done on the market to price you. That's why it's a forces of demand and supply. Now that you can see that it has slowed down on Friday. If on Monday now, by Tuesday, we will not see that more supply come. It's further good now. It's possible that it can go below the price little at 100 naira. And that's where people like me will be interested. When I see below 100 naira.
Will there be any competition? Do you think there will be a competition between this and Transcorp, or they are no match?
No, I've said it on this program too, that these two businesses are in the same business. These two companies, are in the same business. But for those that want to see the antecedent of $10, when I started with the AP, Fotoye, investors made money, at the same time investors lost money, because of his own management style. Yes, more likely to see him that coming in here now, being the person who was seen as at the back of this business, coming at at 100 naira, it might push it as far as 200, or that will make money for every investor, which I would like to do. But no, I want to enter the right time. But if you look at it, I'm looking for value and long-term position. A stock that's also having the same business, price is lower, below 2 naira. If I have 100 million, and how much I can take there. If I have 50 million out of the world, fine, it's good. That's why your investment objective should guide you. For me, let me not just put investor on let your investment guide you to, because I can see that this company, they are doing the same business that they're making money. We know that power business is money spring because you are generating, you are not the business that say they're complaining. Now, as far as you're running, federal government will pay your money. But most time, most time, federal government don't pay us at when due. This is another thing that people don't understand. When a total was doing oil business, it's different thing. This one you are generating. They will pay you, but when is it going to pay you? Transcorp is making money. We're not seeing that cash most, but we're seeing that you're making money. Cash matters a lot. Cash matters a lot.
All right. So in wrapping up, tell us what your outlook is for this week.
Yes, I expect a mixed trend because we're expecting to see what we call a consumer price index this week or early next week. That will also give where from, because when you see the consumer price index, that it will move either close to 22 or 21.
22, that's a lot. Some persons are saying maybe 20.9. I do not,
No, I'm not giving example that if we move like to 22, I
That's a
tell you
lot.
that those in the fixed income market or the PFA, all of them will be shaking now. Because if you move to 22,
investors are fearful already.
no, for me, no, let's say around the 21 or 21.10, let's say around 21. But around 21 is still stressing because if your fixed income return is around 15% at the end of the day, but now it's around 14, I'm not going to 15. Then you are, you're having inflation about 21. You can see the different. You still have you need have. But I believe that this is time for us to invest with wisdom and also look at how we can hedge against what against inflation because it's very very important. Because if you decide to hold cash, if I said always fine, we're only holding cash in your portfolio. No, what's why your portfolio looking for opportunity?
Okay.
That's different. Holding cash in your portfolio, just I'm waiting to see where I can dive in. For example, when I see GTB hitting 15 naira, wow, I say good, I'll buy it because people don't know that what you are seeing in the market that they will call real value, true value, and market price. And when you see that market price is kind of having a divergent from the real value to the market price, it should send a message to you. That's why people who complain, I don't laugh. It tells you that something is, go and look all the market all over the world. When there's divergent and momentum, it tells you that something is happening. Divergent and momentum. These two things is very key when you're investing.
Okay, I guess we'll continue on that part when we come back. Many thanks for this particular one.
Thank you.
Well, we'll take a break now, and when we come back, we still have Ambrose right here with us, and we'll dive right into the impact the budget will have on the capital market, and we'll also do a quick review of the third quarter in the equities market. Stay with us, don't go away. Glad to know you're still with us. The Nigerian stock market lost 1.48 trillion in the third quarter of 2022 as investors shifted investment to fixed market instruments. The stock market in the first half of 2022 maintained positive momentum from the prior year in the first half of 2022 with a return of 21.3% over impressive corporate earnings by listed companies. However, as the market entered the third quarter with the MPR hike, investors began to take advantage of the rising yield environment in the fixed income space while dumping their stocks. The all-share index, which tracks the general market movement of all listed equities, shed 5.39% to close third quarter on September 30, 2022 at 49,024.16 basis points from 51,817.59 points, at which it opened trading on July 1, 2022. The total market value of listed companies' outstanding shares fell by 1.484 trillion naira, closing lower at 26.451 trillion naira, compared to the opening value of 27.935 on July 1, 2022. The stock market between June and September witnessed investors' aggressive profit-taking amid the Apex Bank's policy to tackle the steady increase in the inflation rate. And just like I mentioned earlier, Ambrose Amodio is still right here with us, and together we'll be reviewing this particular story. He's the Chief Research Officer, CRO of Investitor Consulting. Glad to know you're still with us.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay, I think I would like to start with this from a quarterly perspective. We could see that the market mood was bullish in the first two quarters of 2022, but by the third quarter, we saw that investors started taking their attention to the fixed income market. What's the attraction in the fixed income market, and then why the bullish, the bearish trend in the third quarter?
Yeah, I think there are several factors that were responsible for that.
Okay.
I will start from one, the change in interest rates. That is two. That is one. Two, the economy is still dragging feet, and also insecurity is another thing. You know, during this period of third quarter, you know, the insecurity in Nigeria was heightened, where we were saying that even these guys that are on the road almost coming closer to presidency, panic has already entered the economy. And at the same time, when they hike the rate, you know, naturally, I said it before now that fund will look for where there's higher return and less risk. You know that fixed income risk is very low, and now we're seeing that yield is coming up, people will go there. And also, because also what is happening globally, we're thinking that, oh, this thing has not come to an end. For that, we also look at where to go. But the good thing I want to say that investors should always look at that. In Nigeria, our stock market has also moved with the prices of oil. We moved with oil because oil in third quarter, we saw that oil also lost, pullback in third quarter all over the world, and that also a part of it. Also because it's going to affect our oil reserve, some reserve when oil price is also coming down. For me, that's part of it, and that sentiment for that oil pulling back and the rate hike, insecurity is all put together that really pulled the market down. But another thing again is that the companies that supported the market before now, as you mentioned, Q1, Q2, those company results are still very intact, impressive. But now that we are seeing increase in what interest rate, yield are up, I see that big funds are not playing the market as we speak now. That happened in third quarter. Because after the end of May, June, I said that the PFAs are not participating more, which the volume of share traded that period also reviewed that these people are not playing the market more. Because they are taking time to also balance their portfolio. They are seeing the trend is changing globally, that most central banks of the world are also increasing their interest rate. For that, they are waiting to see what Nigeria will do. Which our CBN in the last 6 months has increased interest rate with about 400 basis points. That also will affect the capital market naturally. But we believe that for those that are thinking of how can I edge against inflation, they will coming back to note position the market. See, the market has pulled back. Don't forget that when market was rallying, price was going up. But now that it pulled back, it also presents an opportunity for people to also to buy at a lower price so they can take position for the end of the year. And don't forget that this quarter already comes with a lot of seasonality. That seasonality is what people are looking at. They have seen that yes, Q3 is already down. But for me to come up, I need to take advantage of what am I expecting in this Q4 that will impact the price to go up. That's why we expect that those that are designing investors or traders should take the opportunity of low price now to buy into the market as we speak. One, we're expecting Q3 number. And if we have seen a company that have done well, 1, 2, first quarter and second quarter, we expect that trend will continue. Okay. But because of the interest rate, that's why I said Q3 number is also very, very important at this point, I said earlier. Because we want to see what company have performed for trade, because we have seen interest rate hike, how has it affected their bottom line, because cost of production has equally increased. We want to see would
cost of finance and everything.
We want to see also why this is going to play off at the end of the full year. Because I tell you, you can't give what you don't have. There's going to be companies making good money that can pay good dividend. That's why I said this number is coming, all eyes on this number, because it will not change the psychology of people in the market. Even the PFAs, retail investor, all in the market now say, oh, where the number is going, we can also go, because that was determine whether there will be dividend or not. And as I say that, why we're also seeing price going down because of what the high cap stores suffer losses nearly in that month of the last quarter. Also, you can see in just last week, about 3.4% market was down because the life of Ete, Presco, and Okomu suffer losses for last week. That's why I say price down. And what is about people are not saying that, oh, where will I see a better dividend yield? Because if I'm staying put in stock like Ete is about 2,000 naira per share, and Ete is going to pay me dividend around dividend around about 8 naira or 9 naira against 2,000 naira share. What is the yield? It's below 3% or 2%. Then if I sell Ete at 2,180, and now go and buy other stock that have good dividend yield. That's why that stock is suffering a pullback. Not that the company is bad, because they are into what called social service. Because I tell you,
that's some profit taking.
Yeah, profit taking. Social service, because no matter who we are today, if you don't want to go to Abuja by road, you must call. All of us, most of us are on what on our what's it called, online, tweeting and all those stuff. You need data. That means the market for them is ready. They don't need to go and do advert, because you finish and go and buy. Even so, when you don't finish, when you don't know today, before you finish, you just say it has finished. You can't even perform on your day. You are forced to go and buy. That means those ones, they have market already. It's not because people are now called post-flow reshuffling. That's why you see Airtel coming down. But for me, when I saw the life of Presco and Okom coming down, it's an opportunity, because this is a sector that their prices are up, the performance are up. That means what we are seeing there price now make opportunity for you to buy at low price, because when you see that 10% result, it might also reverse their price, so you not take advantage of this pull down.
I feel this is a special class. All right, so very quickly, I'm interested in the fixed market. I'm wondering what's the attraction there? Why do we have these investors, moving to the fixed income market?
That is the fiscal is more deep compared to equity market. Okay. You can put trillions of naira because of how bond, you have banks deposit, you have treasury bill. That is the market is deep for fixed income, and also yield is up again because of what high monetary policy rates. Because of the MPR is high, yield automatically will go up, and that is attraction now.
Okay. Then very quickly, I think you already started answering my next question, but I would like you to, probably emphasize some more. Okay. For people who just generally feel that once we have all of these global economic headwinds and all of that, we should move away from stock market. I'd like you to probably talk to people like that about some of the stocks or the kind of stocks they can actually invest in. I mean, I don't want to believe the stock market or the equities market is a write-off.
No, anywhere in the world, if you are planning your finance, that's why financial planning is very, very important for anybody. You know why you are in the market. That's why I say anybody I want to advise, you must have your investment objective. You must have why you are trading. You must know why we are investing. Yes, you know you are investing, kind of stock that will help you to achieve your goal. Now that we are seeing that the market is in the zone, if I hold my cash in my savings account, I have 200,000 in the account, I keep it there. In the next 1 month, I didn't touch, they give me 4%. And if
I think 4.3
if in the next 1 month inflation moves to as well as 21, the thing that you can buy today without your 200,000, you can't buy it again because inflation has rubbish your money. You have value your money already. But if I enter a stock that I will appreciate to give me even 12% or even that 25% inflation, I'll go there and stay because I know that my money is moving with the trend in the market.
So what are the stocks people should be looking at?
I won't give stock on here, but I was a sector that
sector, beg your pardon. I was going to talk about the index.
Yeah, sector that we should look at sector that can usually pass the high cost of their production to consumer, and they still demand their product. For example, now if as a speaker they say, oh, airtime now is another increase airtime for tomorrow, people say I will stop calling. No, they will still go. Okay, for example, now there are some commodity you want to buy today. I will tell you because they say if bread is now 1,000 naira, I will stop eating bread. No, look at that. They will pass. Okay, oil. Let's say palm oil. Palm oil move from around 18,000 naira for 25 liters to about 31,000 naira now. No, those kind of things you can't say because oil. Okay, let me stop eating. Let me start eating the black soup. No, these are things that look at sector that their service or their product is what people will demand. Good there. Now you mention utility now. They go what they call transport. You can't say, oh, they will increase megawatts. Let me stay in darkness. No, that means you need to look at where they are making money. That is where it should be. That is the secret I would say. Settle that they are making money, go there and stay because as they making money, they pay dividend. Because as they're making money, dividend will come. That dividend come, they pay dividend will move the price up because there will be sentiment that this will have increased their dividend. Let me go and take that stock. Price will go up. This is how to invest now. Okay,
so let's look at the fourth quarter now. That's where we are. Talk to us. What are the factors that will shape this quarter?
I've mentioned it severally. I said one is the earnings season. One expect that liquidity that come from the political activity that will start the moment from now, which I know that started already. Once we start seeing more campaign here and there's a way that fund come for that campaign will also trickle down to the economy because also they will depend less on drawing down on their foreign position because it's during their primary that they draw on their foreign position that we saw what dollar move to 700 and above. But since then you can see that now when they start campaign, they'll start even bringing their dollar back again to make sure that there's liquidity instead for them to run all those campaigns. That was fine. That's on that one. Two again, we want to look at there's also seasonalities that come with what for number first. You know that what we call Santa Claus rally in this last quarter of the year that will come in December. Well, no matter anywhere Santa Claus rally will come, or let it change because of I don't know, but I mean like it's fundamental. Then also we'll go end of the quarter and end of the year. Then go and check the history of Nigeria or any other market. Once between 30th and 31st of every year, then we will couples follow the shuffling. People want to close higher so that you now know at the end of the year, what you are closing is higher than what you open the year. Either the company will do it, the farmer will do it, or I don't know, but they must close higher than what you open the year. These are the scenarios that come with what with end of the last quarter of the year.
Okay, so finally, just give us an overview, general overview of the fourth quarter. I know you've said a lot of things, but of course, in closing.
Well, I see that it's a good quarter that will be missed. Let me do that. Not don't expect that it will be bearish as much or bullish, but it will be a missed quarter. But always remember that December in the history of our market for almost straight 25 years, more than 20 years, 20 times or 20 years, the market closed positive in December. Only few occasions that December closed negative. That means as an investor, price will go up there. You can now buy now that in December price up. You can also take your money. It's just a strategy to invest. All
right. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts with us on the show today.
Thanks for having me.
All right. Well, I've been speaking with Ambrose Amodio, the CIO of Invest Data Consulting. We take a break now, and when we come back, we turn our attention to the 2023 budget. Stay with us. We'll be right back.